and welcome back to It's a Miracle Budgeting. My name is Brandy and I am a cash budgeter. I am married. We have 6 children between us. There is 3 at home, 3 on their own, and we do not budget together. Any finances you see are my finances alone, and anytime his money is incorporated, I do let you know ahead of time. So today I'm doing my first budget with me for January. I have not been doing budget with me's for a while now. I just got to the point where I had to give something up because my schedule got so crazy. So my goal is to get back to doing these. So a couple forewarnings: if sloppy stickers or sloppy handwriting or anything like that drives you crazy, this might not be the video for you. I pre-printed a lot of stuff in my binder and I am cheap and I was not wasting that sticker paper. So there is misaligned stickers, there's things, but it is my binder for me. I'm sharing it with you, but it does not bother me. So I'm warning you, if that's something that gets on your nerves, I apologize, but January is not bad, but as you get closer to the middle of the year, it's a little ugly. But I refuse to waste the sticker paper. It's way too expensive to just burn it, and it was my fault for making the error, so I will put up with the crooked stickers for the year. So I use an Erin Condren monthly. This time I did not do the extra pages because I am going to do a planner walkthrough, but I actually purchased the dividers and actually separated things I don't need to take with me anywhere. Things that can stay here are for budgeting, for YouTube videos, for challenges. I want it on its own, so I did order, which anybody that's seen my videos knows why Yoda's on there, but I did do it separately so that I could pull it out, leave it at home. And then because these get, like, this has no extra pages in it. It does have some stickers that are kind of bulking it up, but other than that, it really doesn't have anything that is other than the stickers, and it's very bulky. Like, it is, let me just pick it up really quick. It is very fat in the top, and then the bottom is like kind of thin because the top is where the washies are. So I wanted something that I could leave things at home and not have to deal with it except for when I needed it. So all of these I got off of Etsy. I'll go through where these came from and what I have in here when I do my actual planner walkthrough. And I'll go through that. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with this page yet. I decorated it because I like the way I did this last year too, and it's just how I like to decorate, but I haven't decided if I'm going to do the same thing as last year or something new. I'm thinking of gearing it towards savings. So this is one of the examples. So this is, I prepaid and printed a Caffeinated Kate print shop. This is for the 2021 planner. But this is the 21-22, and you can see it doesn't, or excuse me, I did that backwards. 21 planner, this is a 22 planner, and it's a different measurement. Pretty much every single year, and I didn't realize this when I bought all these stickers, Erin Condren changes the measurements and how things work. So then, like, shops, in particular like Caffeinated Kate, go in and change their descriptions or change their measurements. And I prepaid for these printable stickers. I wanted to use them, so I'm okay with it. So again, we'll go through more of this when I do my planner walkthrough. And so we are going to be going from January 6th is my first payday. I can't remember what color I use, so I'm not going to use pink because I like it to be a different color. So we're going to use the purple. I do want to make sure the pen actually, yes, it does actually work. So as you can see, I mentioned if you saw my cash stuffing, I have a bunch of credit cards have money on them. There is not a ton of money owed on any of these cards. I think the only one that I owe a decent amount on is my Meyer card, which has 0 interest until August. And my BlockFi card, I actually have business debt on. So I'll be paying that from my business. I might help it out, but it definitely will be something that is for that. So the rest of them are $100 here, $50 here, $200 here. It's not a lot, but it is debt. And if you look at the minimums, I have a ton of minimums due now. So I'm going to be paying off my loan as planned, and then I'm going to be going back in and snowballing these out, whatever's left with the minimums at that point. So my husband and I don't budget together. He pays majority of the household bills, and then I pay things like car insurance, car tags, things like that. I buy a lot more of the food. But one thing I do is every single payday, I send my husband $100 to chip in on our rent because he's paying most of it. I want to contribute. So I do send him $100. So that is his. My insurance and my cell I have in split billing. So I'm billed once a month, but I have it billing from a Capital One billing account. So twice a month I actually send money to it. So I'm doing $125 for each of these. Actually, full transparency, my insurance is $224. So if you look at that, it's going to be $250. I'm going to end up with a little bit of extra. My cell is like $223. Again, going to end up a little bit extra, but it rolls over and it adds up, and it actually collects 1 towards my homeowner's insurance and 2 towards a buffer. It's really nice for me, and I can afford to do that, so I want to do that. I pay my loan every single, I can't even talk. I pay my loan bi-weekly. Even though there's a 1 monthly payment, I actually pay less interest because I pay it bi-weekly. So that is $190 that I pay. That's actually more, those 2 payments are more than my minimum payment. And I'm paid so far ahead. I actually could stop paying it and just like sit on it if I wanted to for a year. I wouldn't because interest, but if I wanted to, I'm that far ahead. I've actually paid off. I think I'm at 60% I've paid off at this point. So Target is not 29 because I actually owe less than that. I owe $26 to Target and that one would be paid off. Ulta is 29. Sephora is 29. Capital One is 25. Pedal is 25. Actually, I do owe Pedal on my Amex. I owe a little bit. Pedal I think is at like 300 and Amex is at like 400, I believe. So I do owe a few cards have some balance, but in my opinion, I'm not uncomfortable with this. I don't love it because I don't like paying all these, but I now know I know how to conquer it, so I'm okay with it. And I am going to try to work on the behavior that created it. I thought I had improved, but I think I had restricted myself so much during the year that when the stress hit in late November and early December, I didn't realize I'm a lefty and I turned my book. I didn't realize it was turned that much. And let me zoom you in a little bit too. I think that'd be a little bit ridiculous trying to read. Sorry about that, guys. It's been a long time since I did a budget with me. I had restricted myself so much that when I actually had that high stress point hit, and I am a emotional shopper, I was nickel and diming, a little order here, a little order there. Oh, that's for Christmas. Oh, that's for the house. And a lot of them were justified purchases, but it should have been budgeted for versus just using my cards. So again, work on the behavior and keep it moving. Can't beat myself up for it. Just got to fix it. Amazon is 29. Walmart is 28. American Eagle is 29. Stash. This is Stash stock. I do have a link if you want to try it out in my description box. This is where I do my stock investments. I do Bitcoin in BlockFi and I do stocks in Stash. So I send 60 to Stash in various accounts at Stash every single paycheck. Apple Extra is I purchased an iPad on a payment plan on Apple, which means it's interest free. And I got cash back for doing it through my Apple Card. So instead of budgeting a technology, that's what I started doing. I pay an extra $25 every single paycheck, no matter what. And then QVC is $29. QVC is actually a business expense. I bought a second Cricut to help out with my business, and I was able to put it on a 6-pay, which means I pay basically the $29 every single time, and it's over 6 months and it's paid off. So the total for this is $903, which is probably the highest I've had in a long time in my bills category. I forgot to mention it again. I apologize. I haven't done a budget with me in a really long time. I have a non-compete and a non-disclosure at my work. I cannot disclose my salary. I actually could be terminated for it. So unfortunately, I cannot tell you what I start with and do all the subtractions that some people do. It's actually a violation of my contract, so I'm unable to do that. So I have 903 and I know what the balance is, but I cannot unfortunately share it here. And I apologize. It's one of those things that I'm not going to risk my job over it. I try to be as transparent as I can, but it's just not worth it to me. And then the other thing I'll say is, if you add all these up, they don't equal my salary because I do leave cushion in my account every single paycheck. I leave money in there to roll over. So I actually had someone say, well, you know, someone knows what you're making anyways because you can total it all up. Well, you get an idea. You might get a ballpark, but you're not going to know what I make because I do keep a cushion in my checking account. I've gotten to the point where I don't like low numbers in there. So I like to make sure I'm constantly fattening it up. So food, we are going to do 80. And dining is going to get 20. Spending is going to get 20. As you can see, I haven't done any spending or any dining in the month of December, but I am putting it back in the budget now. Fuel is getting 50. And miscellaneous is getting 10. I always do 10 to miscellaneous. Subs is getting 20. There's a few funds and both cash envelopes and sinking funds that I'm kind of doing smaller amounts at the beginning of the year so I can concentrate on my loan. But eventually you'll see them start stepping up. So one of them is subs. I actually am going to do $30 a check at some point, probably when my loan's paid off. But for right now, it is 20. Pets is 20. Sam's Club is going to get 20. And Massage Luxe is going to get 50. And that's to incorporate tips. So the monthly membership is only $65, but I'm doing $100 so I can incorporate tips for the massage therapist into my budget. Beauty is going to get 80 and medical is going to get 20, and that total is $380. So now if we go over to my sinking funds, these are a little bit different this year. If you watched me last year at all, you would know that there's some things missing here. And when I was trying to figure out what I wanted to keep, what I wanted to get rid of, what was going on, I wanted to kind of shrink things down and make some things short term. So for example, kids, I don't have grandsons envelope anymore. I'm just going to put their money in the kids. Me is my technology, my planning, all those things are going to go in my me folder. It's in my binder. It's called Brandy. And then like, for example, my anniversary, it's my 20th anniversary in 2022. So once we hit our anniversary, which is July 27th, we will no longer stuff that envelope and it will be gone probably forever because we're not, like him and I don't do big things for our anniversary. We'll go to dinner or we'll do something, but we're not huge like celebration type people. I don't know why. That's just what we are. So again, I'm doing smaller amount of my funds in the beginning because I want to save room for my Snowball and savings and things like that. So kids is only going to get $6 and school is going to get $16. My fund is going to get $10 and clothing is going to get $20. Car and car tags does not ever change. It's $40 and $10. Home is going to get $20. And then the other one, it might be hard to read, but it's annual fees. I think I have 5 credit cards. I have annual fees. My Amex is the largest, but it gives me the most rewards. And then I have some that I actually don't want to keep anymore. But because we're going to be buying a home, I don't want to close any credit cards until after we buy our home, because closing the oldest cards you have can actually hurt your credit. And then one of them, or 2 of them actually, I just found out they will, if you have a good credit score, they actually will take the annual fee away. So there's, I think it's 3 or 4 that are like subprime cards from when I had poor credit years ago. And now I have like a 740 to 760 depending on the credit bureau. So I'm going to call them and see if they can get rid of it. But I am contributing $24 per paycheck to that fund to pay those, kind of prepay those annual fees. The biggest one, again, is my Amex that's not due till September, so I have time to build that up. So month ahead is going to get $50. Birthday, I am doing a big difference here from last year. I'm doing $80 for birthday and $20 for gifts. But later on in the year, once I have all my birthdays completed, that fund will kick down. It will be a smaller amount until the beginning of next year. Storage, if you haven't seen, maybe in August we paid off our storage, emptied it in November, I think it was. We have an enclosed porch at our house and it started, the floor is literally collapsing. Now it doesn't, it's an addition, so it doesn't hurt us, but we had a lot of storage out there we'd taken out of storage. So I did have to go reopen the storage. It is split half my business and half of our stuff. So my business does pay for part of that. So storage is going to get $28 per check. Anniversary for right now is going to get $10. Zoo and passports, I'm pre-saving for those 2 items. We are a zoo family. We like going to different zoos. I think we've been to 5 or 6 zoos now. So I'm just prepaying a little bit of savings so that we have a nest egg for that. So zoo and passports are going to get $6 each. And then Thanksgiving and Santa. Thanksgiving in this paycheck is going to get $10. Eventually that will change. And Santa is going to get $60. Again, that will change. Vacation is going to get $20. And holidays is going to get $10. So most of these will remain stagnant and be the same all year, but there are some key ones that will increase and change throughout the year as my debt gets paid down and I start having more free cash. So the total for my sinking funds is $446. Snowball, I am putting $375 in Snowball and I am splitting that. So $350 is going to my loan and $25 is going to my cash Snowball that is my cards and things like that. And then every single paycheck, I actually do $30 to my business. Eventually, I will stop this for right now. I feel comfortable with it and I am leaving it. And my extra debt or these funds is $405. And then I'm not starting my savings challenges for 2021 other than like my 1s and 5s, and I might do a couple of my 100 envelope challenge, but I'm not starting those until I pay off that loan. Is going to be paid off by March 31st. So once I pay that off, then I will start my savings challenges. So for right now, I'm just worrying about my savings and my emergency fund. These will vary dramatically each payday depending on how much debt I have, how much I'm paying off, but I feel like if I'm putting anything in there, then I'm completing something and I'm saving, and that's what matters. So those total $70. There's a lot of changes in this budget. Obviously, I had walked back all this debt. I had almost no credit card debt. I mean, some of it's zero interest, but the point is it's still debt. So I personally am very comfortable having cards have balances as long as it's attainable. One, I always try to keep it under 5% utilization overall. But 30% is what they recommend, but I try to stay under 5 because I find that the minute you start edging past 10 to 12, your creditors start going, what's happening? What's going on? So I try to stay under 5. So even with all this, I'm under 5% utilization. I'm actually at 4% utilization. So I feel very comfortable with this. However, it is a pain in the butt to have all these monthly payments come out, and I keep mine all on auto pay, so I need to budget effectively. And then the other side of the coin is all of this could have been in the Snowball had I not had that. So this is something that will be a target that I'll be working on. So if you like Budget with Me's, if you like cash stuffings, I hope that you will like, share, subscribe, make sure you ring that bell for notifications, and I hope I see you again soon, guys. Have a great one.